are here with Against All Odds finally. I think the series has been going on for about a month and a half now, and we've only just got to our first pay-per-view, but that's because of things I couldn't really control, like my computer crashing, and the fact that I've been hell busy with uni. But anyway, we're here with Against All Odds. The main event is Lashley and Cody Runnels, Cody, whatever his name is. Hopefully I don't get sued for copyright or whatever. Clashing for the World Championship. So without further ado, we have 25 segments taking up all the time that we can. So let's jump right into it. And so we're in KS, which I have no clue where that is. We're in the Charles Koch Arena, and in front of 8,789 people. And in a pre-show bout, Dalton Castle defeats Marsha Rocket in 7:26 by pinfall with a deadlift German suplex, D-39. They both have a score of 37, no worker improvements, just to get Dalton a bit more over. I want to do something with Marsha, but I don't have anything in mind at the minute. But we move on to another pre-show bout, which had Sudden Impact defeat the completely random team of Aidan O'Shea and Caleb Conley in 11:23 when Mark Andrews won with a shooting star press. However, Kota Ibushi, I'm knackered, so that is why I'm probably going to stumble over my words a lot. But Kota Ibushi carried the match in terms of performance with a 52. Mark Andrews had a 38. Conley with a 39. O'Shea with a 34. Ibushi and Andrews have great chemistry, and Mark Andrews improves in performance, D47. I can't really complain about that. And in our pre-show main event, possibly, Eli Drake defeats Moose in 8:32 by pinfall, the bottom rung, E plus 32. Lots of work to do with Eli Drake, but he is a favourite of mine, so hopefully with the right story we can push him to the moon. No worker improvements. Eli with a 39, Moose with a 36. We move on to the main show. Yep. Wow, that rating is fucking shocking. We opened Against All Odds with me in the ring, and I welcome all the fans to the first pay-per-view, but I'm interrupted by Drew Galloway, who says, McGregor, you don't need to be talking about all these other matches on the card because we don't give a damn about them. The only true match on the card tonight is Galloway vs EC3, and that's only because I'm in it. But obviously you're just going to gloss over that because you don't realize that I am the main event. I am the reason the fans turn up, and I'll be treated with the respect I deserve. In case you've forgotten, the first time we met, you did one thing that I respected, even though everything you said was lying between your teeth. You gave me a contract that I had my lawyers look at carefully, and guess what? You can't fire me or strip me of my title. You clearly didn't construct that contract yourself, did you? I didn't think so. You're young. You're 17, 18. You make mistakes, so you better wisen up and treat me with some respect. Now put my match as the main event. So I still don't know what to call these 5. So if you've got any ideas, comment below, because I'm stumped. I might just end up calling them British Strong Style, but I feel like that should just be Pete, Tyler, and Trent. And I don't really have a name for the collective 5. But anyway, the angle got the crowd hotter. The performance of Drew Galloway was fantastic, and the I Want Respect storyline has advanced. Drew is learning to show more charisma, which is great, and Pete is developing better performance skills. Still, the rating was pretty shocking. We move into the next segment where I say, Drew, you're correct. I didn't make that contract myself, and I can't fire you without the risk of being sued. And the disrespect you've shown me is appalling, but I'm not going to say I'm trying to stack the deck against you, because I'm not. Chris Sabin and EC3 are two of our bigger names, and their records would grant them automatic title shots under other management. but you attacked EC3 and he won his matches to become the number 1 contender. I'm not going to let you walk all over me because you're the champ. You're not in the main event, so get to the back, get ready for your match, or so help me, I'll fire you right now. And Galloway says, fine, but you brought this on yourself. He nods to Skrull, who kicks McGregor and just locks him in the chicken wing. It feels weird saying I scream in pain. But he screams in pain and we hear a crack. Skrull doesn't let go and Galloway just continues talking. He says, you look like you're in some pain there. We haven't even begun yet. We want respect and we'll take it however we deem fit. C-55. The storyline advances. No work improvements this time, but yeah, this group is not fucking around. We move on to the first match of the show where Matt Riddle has defeated Rockstar Spud in 5:49 by submission with a guillotine choke. So he lasted longer than most people, but he still fell to the guillotine. They all fall to the guillotine eventually. D plus 49, Riddle with a 42, Spud with a 45, and the storyline has advanced. No worker improvements, but we're just continuing to build Matt Riddle up as we move into the aftermath where Riddle's now 5-0. He's made Spud tap, and Aaron Rex is clearly in shock as Riddle celebrates. He said that Riddle would get him on Impact if Spud lost to him, and tonight Spud was made to tap out. So the master plan has backfired on the genius. D plus 50, storyline advances, no worker improvements, no negatives. I'm really high on Matt Riddle at the minute. I've just been going through progress and kind of had a bit of a look at his stuff further on, even though I'm starting from the start. So Jimmy Havoc is also fucking amazing. More to come from, I don't know. Moving on to Eddie and Davey are entering the building together when Angelina, who was already there, walks up. She says, boys, I went to Mr. McGregor during the week and he has granted you two a match tonight against the Motor City Machine Guns. So let's prove we've still got it and move towards becoming tag champs again, alright? Davey, can I speak with you for a minute privately? And Eddie's like, yep, okay, fine. And he just walks off and I said, the Wolves. Don't remember what I was going to say there, so let's just ignore that. Storyline has advanced and lost heat, unfortunately. D plus 53. We move into the next segment, which, that bombed, but that's why I have not. There's not going to be a rematch. In a bout that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Trevor Lee defeated ACH in 8:49 by pinfall following interference from Andrew Everett. Trevor Lee makes defense number 1 of his Impact X Division title. So, even with that shocking rating, there is a reason I've kept the title on Trevor Lee. And I think that, obviously that's going to be revealed a bit later, but that rating is so bad simply because they don't click. That probably would have been a D minus if they had clicked. But yeah, there's not going to be a rematch. Broken Matt Hardy's not sitting. Broken Matt Hardy wasn't even in the segment. What the? Right. Don't remember doing that. That's alright. Okay, so apparently Broken Matt Hardy has beef with Trevor Lee. Whatever. They both have a 31 rating, and the storyline has advanced but lost heat, so we move into a much better rating. ACH has been cheated out of the X Division title tonight by Andrew Everett, who smirks and laughs as he retreats up the ramp with Helms and Lee, who look triumphant as they raise the X Division title in the air. Trevor Lee is still X Division champion, but would ACH have gotten the win if Everett hadn't got involved? D minus 36. The storyline has advanced and gained heat. And no negatives. Lots of positives for Trevor Lee, actually, which is good. We move into the next segment, which is Braxton Sutter and Kaylee Ray defeating Mike Bennett and Ali when Braxton Sutter pins Mike Bennett after a neck breaker. And Bennett carries the match with a 62. Mike Bennett and Ali have great chemistry when teaming together, which is a bloody shame because they are now not going to be a part of the same faction. Kaylee Ray had a 36. Braxton with a 40. Yep, 40. Ali with a 36. Mike with a 62. The storyline advances and gains heat. Kaylee Ray improves in technical skills, so that is all fine and dandy. We move into the next segment, and Braxton has beaten Mike Bennett, and Ali's now free from Maria, so she runs to Braxton, and they celebrate by kissing in the middle of the ring. This is all going somewhere. It's not romance for the sake of romance. Before breaking apart and laughing. So similar to kind of what, like, the wedding that Impact did in January or December, which I thought was a fantastic segment. Like, the best wedding I've seen in wrestling in a long time. So it's all on YouTube. So if you feel like watching it, you can go watch it because it's actually not bad. Anyway, Kaylee Ray comes over and the three celebrate. Surely things will be turning up for Ali and Braxton now. D plus 53. No negatives, which is good. But we move on to a bout that has terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Nixon Newell defeats Sienna in 7:56 by pinfall with a Vulture Culture Destroyer. D minus 36, continuing to build up the new people. I forgot to take Ali off for Sienna. Alright. Nixon had a 33, Sienna with a 31. The new girl on the block storyline has advanced. It's actually ended as well. Obviously, the women in Impact are shockingly poor in overness, so just got to build them up. So we move, there are no work improvements. We move on to a very short promo from Nixon, and she celebrates in the ring before picking up a microphone. She says, "I'm 3-0 in Impact Wrestling. Watch out, Rosemary. Sooner or later, I'm coming for you." Nixon out. C plus 69, so that should hopefully do wonders. Well, not wonders. Hopefully do something for her. Possibly give her a boost in pop. In a decent match, the Motor City Machine Guns, who I still haven't put in as a team for some reason, defeated the Wolves in 13:03 when Chris Sabin defeated Eddie Edwards by pinfall with the Cradle Shock. During the match, we also had Davey Richards' turn on Edwards. So, yep. The Wolves are no more. So basically how this kind of ended in my head was, it was a relatively hard-fought battle for about 12 minutes. And Eddie looks like he's about to pick up the win when Davey comes in and just beats the crap out of him. And he just walks off, leaves the ring for Sabin to pin Eddie. Got the crowd hot. Davey had a 66, Eddie with a 64, Sabin with a 64, and Shelley with a 65. The storyline has advanced and gained heat. No work improvements, but we can finally turn Davey Richards heel, and the turn was a complete success, so that's awesome. We had no negatives, which is a bit of a shock. Like, the only negative was the poor storyline heat. So, I'm not going to complain about that. That probably is the best rating we're going to get for a match tonight. It probably could have main evented. Obviously, it wouldn't have because it had no build. But moving on to Davey Richards. What the fuck are you doing? He's turned on his longtime friend Eddie Edwards tonight, and he continues beating away at him while his wife sets up a table outside the ring. Eventually, Davey powerbombs Eddie through the table, laughing, and he's completely snapped. He's gone insane. The segment ends with Davey and Angelina making out over Eddie's lifeless body. What the hell just happened? So the storyline advances. C minus 55. No, nothing. So, yeah, there's negatives for poor momentum for Eddie, but he's been losing a lot to create this whole split, and Angelina's motivation was poor. So we move on to... Oh, that's annoying, they don't click. Which is stupid because they're really good together in real life. I can't go back to this match ever. In a bout that had subpar wrestling and little heat, Rosemary defeated Jade in 10:27 by pinfall with Olympic Slam Red Wedding. Rosemary makes defense number 1 of her Impact Knockouts title, D44. Rosemary with a 39, Jade with a 40. They do not click, but Borash and Taz have pretty good chemistry when calling matches, and the storyline has advanced and actually gained heat. Jade improves in Rumble, and we move on to Rosemary in the ring. She's won again. She's undefeated so far, I think 3 or 4 matches. She celebrates by grabbing her title. She sits in the ring and just spits mist onto it, just cackling maniacally. Rosemary is clearly off the deep end. She's held the title for several months now, and she looks unstoppable. So what's next for Rosemary and the Decay? The C65 is pretty good rating, and the storyline has advanced. We move on to a very important angle. This is a very important angle for the series. I think Ali's backstage. She's clearly still excited because, she's finally free. Braxton's gone to go get some food, and she's all alone when Steve and Abyss run up and cover her mouth, dragging her off as she kicks and screams. Was Ali the new member Rosemary was talking of? C60, yeah, Steve and Rosemary are an awkward pairing, so we've got to fix that. And the Decay No More storyline has advanced and gained heat. No worker improvements and negatives for managerial chemistry and momentum. So we move on to our second title match of the night. In a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. The Broken Hardys defeat the DCC in 22-26 when Brother Nero defeated James Storm by pinfall with a twist of hate. The Broken Hardys make defense number 1 of their Impact World Tag Team titles. A C plus 66 is not bad at all. Bram was the weakest link. He struggles to keep up with everyone else, which is fair enough. He's the least over. Broken Matt Hardy's not suited to his gimmick. Neither is James Storm. Matt Hardy and Brother Nero showed excellent chemistry together. The color commentary gave the match a boost. Brother Nero had a 74. Broken Matt with a 73. Bram with a 51. And Storm with a 62. The storyline has advanced and gained heat. And Broken Matt improves in Rumble and performance, which is crazy because he's like 40 and he's still improving. So we move on to the next segment where the expedition continues as the Broken Hardys retain their tag titles against the DCC. Storm's shocked and Bram is furious as they stand in the ring alone. Storm turns around and is kicked by Bram, who then proceeds to just kill him. Bram eventually picks up a microphone. He says, "Storm, I've had enough. You brought me in on this little plan with promises of gold and destruction, and we've become the joke of Impact. Enough is enough. I'm going into business for myself, and the DCC is done." Bram then I can't talk tonight. Bram then grabs Storm's arm and breaks it maliciously as Storm rolls around the ring and screams in pain. So we are turning James Storm face, and we've written him off TV for a little bit. And this storyline, obviously, of the involvement of the Broken Hardys. I was not looking at how long I had to record, so that was probably really jarring. Negatives just for Broken Matt. We move on to our A hype video for Carter versus Galloway. The storyline advances. C minus 58 is not bad. And we move into the match, which should hopefully be really good. It's not bad. It's not bad for Impact at the moment. It's the first month, so it's not bad. Could be so much worse. In a good match, Drew Galloway defeated EC3 in 17:35 by pinfall with a Scott drop following interference from Marty Scurll. So Marty's the second, the right-hand man. He is the second for Galloway's leader. Drew Galloway makes defense number 1 of his Impact Grand Championship title. This match got the crowd buzzing. They both had performances of 70. The storyline advances. No work improvements. There is a much bigger story to tell than taking the title immediately off Drew, which will unfold over the next while. Move on to the next segment. Galloway's retained his title, and after Marty has interfered, and he grabs a microphone, he says, "Well, that was easy. Now you see, that is the kind of champion I am. I win, and I look damn good doing it. And next week on Impact, I'm going to make my own match. Me versus Chris Sabin. No title on the line. See, I know you wanted me to have a triple threat tonight, but we do things on my terms." And Scurll says, "Boss man, I put you in the chicken wing earlier. I'm not going to lie, it felt damn good to hear and feel your arm snap when I applied the..." He yells, he sometimes just yells chicken wing. Applied the chicken wing. That was a warning to all of the Impact superstars. Run and live to see another day, because the villain always wins. Writing for Marty Scurll is a lot of fun. Even though I've only done it twice, I can tell that he's just a character that can be a lot of fun to write for. But the storyline advances, and we have a C61. It's not a bad rating. Hopefully when they get more over, it'll improve. But we move on to... what the fuck? This is just, I can't have the 2 title matches together, otherwise the second one's going to fucking bomb. In a poor match, the Bromans defeated the Decay in 7:34 when Jesse Goddard defeated Crazy Steve by pinfall with a stunner. Abyss carried the match, C minus 57. If you don't know, I am a fairly... I like the Bromans. So they probably will get pushed. But I think they're going to be a bit more serious than their real life characters. I love their real life characters. But is this going to be a build? You'll see where it's going. But yeah, if you hate the Bromans, I'm sorry, but you might not enjoy part of this. Anyway, this is all story. Decay No More storyline has advanced. Yeah, Jesse and Steve both had 29s, which wasn't great. Abyss with a 69. Robbie E with a 38. Work improvements, hopefully. No work improvements. That's alright. Alright. That's not great, but I'll fix it. We move into... I gotta get another drink. We move into the hype video for Cody Runnels versus Lashley, which gives us a C64. So hopefully this match is a C plus or higher. C64. So, that's not great. But the title was off Lashley, so I think he probably pulled that match down. No, he actually had a better performance. In a good match, Cody Runnels defeated Lashley in 2030 by pinfall with a beautiful disaster. The match also had a fuck ton of interference when Adam Cole, Nick Jackson, Xia Brookside, and Chase Owens all interfered against Lashley. And Cody Runnels wins the Impact World Heavyweight title. Got the crowd buzzing, which is great, but it's the main event. It should have had them losing their fucking minds. Adam Cole debuted a great egomaniac gimmick. Nick Jackson debuted his above-average degenerate gimmick. Zaya with an above-average second-generation star gimmick. And Chase with a below-average old-school heel gimmick. Cody with a 63. Lashley with a 70. And the storyline has advanced. Now, you may be wondering, where the hell is Matt Jackson? He is injured for about 10 months, and I think he might be available for Angles. If he's available for Angles, I'll probably write him in with Nick, but yeah, he can't wrestle till like February next year, or like, actually I think I might have knocked it down to 6 months, so he won't be wrestling for a while, which fucking sucks because I love the Young Bucks. I'm seeing the Young Bucks in June, right after my birthday, for the House of Hardcore tour, and I am stoked. Phone stay, don't drop. Love the Young Bucks. House of Hardcore is going to be sick. I'll probably do a separate video about that because that show is going to be mental. Anyway, Lashley improves in performance. Sorry, in Rumble. And negatives just for the crowd already being at an emotional high because I made it a spectacle. Okay, so that's probably booking decisions on me. And Cody was inconsistent, which is not great. We move on to... Oh, fuck that. Oh, that bombed. I can't even remember what I rated these guys on, but hopefully I won't rate them on it again. Cody Rhodes has done it. He's defeated Lashley. He grabs his first world title, his first ever world title, and celebrates like crazy. Oh, I said it's his first ever world title win, but it's come with a fair bit of controversy as Adam Cole, Nick Jackson, Chase Owens, and Xia Brookside all got involved in the match, even though they aren't contracted to Impact. They come in to celebrate with Cody, throwing up the two sweets, but Cody looks at them and he goes, nah. And he walks off, still celebrating. What's going on? And are the Bullet Club now in Impact? D45. That is completely on Owens and Brookside being, like, absolute no-names. Which will change. I will make them Impact names. Well, Chase, I wouldn't call Chase Owens a no-name, but compared to Nick Jackson, Adam Cole, Cody Runnels, it's not very well known. He underperforms. Cody came across well. No work improvements. Bit of a shit way to finish a show, but oh well. The show C64 is not bad. It's really not too bad. We're gonna make speeches, and we're gonna tell Drew Galloway, you did all right. We're going to tell Matt Riddle that, compliment on a good performance. And Cody, no spoilers there. We are going to give him a hug because it is his first world championship. Make speech. Galloway was pleased. Riddle was pleased. Cody was pleased. And we'll be right back. I'll show you Jackson's injury. So yeah, this, the worst thing is, this, happened about 2 weeks into the game. Well, obviously, because it's still February. And I hadn't had him wrestle yet. And some other company did. And he fucked his knee up. So, yeah, he'll be back in 10 months. Which is a pain in the ass. Anyway, that's a bit of a dampener to finish the episode on. Tell me, what did you think of Against All Odds? Where do you think the main storylines are going? Do you think Ali's going to decay? Do you think Cody Rhodes is behind the Bullet Club? Is it even the Bullet Club? Who knows? Are you bummed about Matt Jackson fucking his knee up like I am? Because I bloody am so annoyed. I think it was PWG. So, I can't remember, but it's friggin' annoying, actually. I can check because it'll be his last match. It was New Japan. Jay Lethal. Oh, damn it, Jay. At least it was an alright match. Anyway, so CM3. Don't know why I said my name. I think 5 likes is not too much to ask for. I don't want to sound like a like whore, but if you like, it is, it helps me to know what's going right. If you like it, if you hate it, dislike it. I'm not gonna get mad. I'll be a bit annoyed, but it's your opinion. So enjoy the rest of your day, night, wherever you are, and we'll be back before you know it.